Hello everyone, it's Skyee here and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new. We're happy to have you here. Today we're going to be doing part 3 of our June color along. We have been working in Kerby Rosanes Mythomorphia. I am super excited to continue on this page. We've been working on the Baku. We've already got the background pretty much done for the most part. This is the bulk of it. We'll probably add some white highlights and maybe some white glows in around here. But other than that, the background is pretty much done. I think in part 2, I kind of left off a little unsure about how I wanted to go about coloring the rest of this. And let me tell you guys, I had an epiphany and I am so freaking excited. Okay, so this is the Dryad, I think is what she was. Let me just double check here. Yeah, this is the Dryad that we did for another color along. So if you guys are curious about that, I will try to remember to timestamp the first color along up here if you're interested. But anyways, I'm super happy with how this page turned out. I was also a little bit nervous about the fairies, which I decided to leave white, and I love the effect. Now you're probably thinking, you're crazy, Sky, we can't leave this whole thing white. No, we're not going to. But we are going to leave him very light colored, and we are going to make it look like he is glowing. And I'm so excited about this because I can't remember if I mentioned it in the first or second part, but I did look up what a Baku is. Okay, so a Baku is a Japanese mythology. It's a Japanese supernatural creature that devours nightmares, and it's said that they are made with leftover parts after the gods were done creating the animals. So I thought it would be super fitting to have him very dreamy, like he's glowing, he's eaten a lot of nightmares, and maybe he's turned them into peaceful dreams. So I am super excited for that. So I think that's going to be super fitting. So I think we'll have the beetle and the Baku glowing. The bamboo, obviously we're going to color with like bamboo colors, and then the moon is the one part that I'm unsure of. So we're just going to leave the moon for now. I think I would like to start with the bamboo and kind of work our way into the Baku. These are kind of like the colors that I am debating on. I did add a little more. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. I think maybe this was just too white. My camera was just not liking that. Anyways, these are the colors I'm kind of thinking about. I am thinking about bringing in a little bit of a brighter green here just because I'm not too sure about this color with everything else here. I think it might be just a little bit too desaturated. And then these are kind of the glowing colors I'm torn between. So I'm thinking like maybe green. So thinking maybe green, maybe purple, maybe blue. They're not going to be this dark. I'm going to keep it quite a bit lighter. I'm thinking I definitely want to pick out 2 colors. I'm thinking kind of like having his skin one color and then like the hair on him a different color. I am definitely liking the purple. I definitely want to add that. And I'm torn between the green and the blue because we have so much of that in the clouds already. We'll do the bamboo first and then kind of wing it from there as always. So I'm just going to take a piece of paper and I'm going to tuck it in behind this page here. And I'm just going to use a butterfly clip to clip it since it's kind of close to the beginning of the book. That'll help kind of weight it down and keep it in place. All right, we've zoomed in and let's get started. So I actually left work a while ago. It was a really good day. My soul is very peaceful today, which doesn't happen very often. So I'm pretty calm, enjoying the day, very excited about this because as you guys know, I've been struggling a little bit. But yeah, today's been good. So I'm happy about that. So I decided to have a drink, little adult drink for some adult coloring. I really like these Palm Bay Rainbow Twists. They are really good. They're a little bit sour, which I didn't think I would like that about them, but I'm a big fan of this one. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our bamboo. So the first thing I'm going to do is just lightly base all of the bamboo. So I'm just going to color over literally all of it, just lightly. I think the beauty about a page like this, even though we definitely want him to be the main focus, and that's why I'm super happy that I decided to make him glowing, because I think he's going to really stand out that way, even with this super gorgeous background. But the nice thing about having a background like this is it does not have to be perfect at all. That background is already so beautiful, and everything else just needs to be colored pretty much. So we don't have to go too overboard on the details. Of course we can if we want to though. And we'll still, as always, do our best. Okay, I was originally going to bring some of the sepia in this, but I don't know if I'm going to. Let's go in with the dark green next. Let's maybe start up here. I want to keep a shadow on even the darker side of the bamboo. So I'm just going to leave just a slight shadow. If we accidentally color in too far on the side where there isn't a slight shadow, that's totally fine. We can put that back in with Posca later on if you have it. If you don't have that, just be a little bit more mindful then. Just going in lightly here, just kind of blocking in our shadows a little bit. Okay, we'll focus on kind of like the stalks of the bamboo first, and then kind of work on the leaves after. I do think, after all, I do want a little bit of the sepia in here. I'm going to sharpen mine to a really sharp point because I only want a little bit and I want to be able to control it very easily. So very, very sharp point. So I'm just going to come in and pick out some areas where I would like it to be a little bit darker and have a little bit more contrast. Oh, there goes my sharp point. I swear I'm not pushing that hard. Yeah, that does add some nice contrast actually. All right, let's carry on. We're going to darken up behind this part a little bit. It's so pretty. I love how much, like, I don't even know the word. It just makes it look so much more like realistic, I guess, or just, I don't know. The word is escaping me, but it looks good. That's all that matters. Okay, now that we've got that in, I think that gives us a better guide. I'm gonna go in a little bit deeper with my dark green. And I'm just gonna darken this up around where the sepia got put. So I'm gonna go over top of that with the dark green, and then I'm gonna fade it out. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. I don't know now if I want to put in the olive green or not. Don't think I want this color. I think we're gonna keep this out. Let's, however, put in a little bit of the grass green. So I'm just gonna bring this out lightly from the dark green a little bit. Okay, another color I had picked out was the lime peel. And honestly, I'm just not too sure about that one now either. I think that one's like a bit too gold for what I'm going for. I mean, that's not bad. Let's try a little bit and see. I'm just gonna lightly put some here. Okay, let's just lightly add in the lime peel along the right side of the bamboo. I'm not going to touch the left side of it. I want to keep that really light. I think we're going to color over that with the pale sage and we'll see what it looks like. If I don't like it, then I'll just go re-add in that white line with Posca pen later on. So I'm just lightly blushing this in. I'm not being too careful about it or anything. It does look really pretty, actually. I do like it. Okay, so then with the pale sage, I'm going to go through and color down the lines first because I don't want to muddy up my pencil. So I'm just going to bring a hard line down where we have that white highlight there. I'll probably still add in like a white line over top later as well. Okay, from there, we're just going to start blending in everything. Totally missed right here, so I'm just going to grab some of the grass green. Fade that out a little bit, and then in with the pale sage, I'll just blend that out. fully burnishing this by any means. I don't really feel like we need to, but just enough to get the colors in there. I'm going to go back in with the sepia actually and just add a couple more shadows, mainly underneath these leaves. So I want to deepen some of the shadows just where things are coming in from underneath each other. So right here, a little one right here. I think that looks good. From here, we can kind of color in the leaves. I'm not too sure how I want to color these. I was kind of thinking maybe starting like in the centers, making it dark, going out to light. But honestly, I don't have too much of an idea here. I think I just want to keep it between the dark green, the sepia, and the pale sage. I really want to accentuate on those colors. So let's maybe just try the ones up here and see. I'm just gonna kind of do the same thing we did on the stalks. I'm just gonna add a little bit of the dark green in where I feel like the shadows are gonna go. I'm gonna try not to let it take over everything, but it is a little bit dark and muddied up here, so it is what it is. We can't quite control everything. Let's add a little bit of the sepia just in along the bottom of these shadows here. I'm gonna try not to add too much. Back in with the dark green. Let's just fade this out a little bit in the areas where we have the space too, which is not very many areas. And then I'm going to sharpen up my pale sage and I'm going to color in the rest with that. Oh, well, that didn't work very well. Going along with the leaves, so long ways is how I'm coloring them. That way I'm not kind of pulling the shadows into the leaves too far. I think that looks pretty good. I can't believe we're at half an hour already. Oh my goodness. We are definitely not getting this guy fully colored, so it'll be interesting to see what we can get done. I think we should focus on his head for sure, because that's gonna look super cool, and that's gonna make me excited to keep coloring, which is good. We want that little bit of motivation. Okay, we'll keep doing that for these other areas here. I'm going as close to the edge, like the black line, as I can with these. It makes it so the sepia is noticeable, but it's not overpowering because a lot of these leaves are very small. I'm not going to add too much more of the dark green to these ones down here just because I colored over them a little bit too much with the watercolor, so they're pretty dark. So I want that pale sage to kind of lighten them up a little bit. All right, and let's go ahead with the last few as well. Okay, same thing on this one down here. I'm not going to add too much more of the dark green. I want to keep it fairly light. And these ones I can add a little bit more of the dark green on some of the bigger ones. We have a little bit more room. And then same as before, we'll come in with our pale sage. I don't know if I added dark green to this one. It doesn't look like I did. If I did not do a good job. All right, I am very happy with that. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, now to figure this out. I think the purple needs to be the body color of the elephant. I think that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so we are gonna start off with the Imperial Violet. We are gonna want very sharp pencils working through this. We are just gonna lightly start adding some shadows here. So basically using the lines that Kerby has drawn in here as kind of a shadow base. I do want to kind of leave a line going around the edge of this part of his trunk, kind of similar to what we did on the bamboo. I think that's good with the Imperial Violet. Let's go in with the Blue Violet Lake next. So this we're just gonna lightly carry out from everywhere we put the Parma Violet, or the Imperial Violet. And I do want to just fade that out nicely. We're going to leave some nice big highlights wherever we can. gonna bring the Imperial Violet back in for a sec, just because I want to make some shadows underneath his earrings here. And then back in with the Blue Violet Lake. Okay, so from here we can kind of decide if we need darker shadows or not. I think I like how this is looking. I don't think I want to darken it up too much. I have a big problem with making things too dark, and it's way harder to make something light after making it too dark than it is to make something darker if you leave it too light. I think this is perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding what's going to give us the glow effect, which is the cloud blue. And I just want to see, perfect. Okay, hopefully we can do this everywhere, but I just want to add the glow effect around the watercolor that we have around him. I thought I might have to use acrylic paint, and I still might, just because this is working, but it's not the best. So I might have to just use acrylic paint for that if we do decide to go that route. So with the cloud blue, I'm just going to go over everything. I'm using a very firm pressure. We're just going to go straight on in and burnish this. I'm pretty confident. I think right here was supposed to be dark. I'm just noticing that there's like a space between his tusks. That's unfortunate. I will probably just color that in with pencil. I don't think it'll be super noticeable. That is so pretty. Okay, that's all that's going to be purple up here. So I'm just going to grab, I actually have the indigo blue here. I'll include it in this, but I think all we're going to use the indigo blue for is just darkening this up. I'm going to take a little bit of the sepia to it as well, just to make it a little bit darker. I wouldn't recommend doing this quite yet. Just give me a minute to see what we can do here. I think I kind of like that. I need a way to kind of blend it in though without reactivating the watercolor. Let's try a blender pencil. Just gonna lightly kind of blend the white around and see what happens. I think that looks pretty good. One thing that I remember that I was kind of talking to you guys about the pros and cons of using watercolors at such a concentrated amount like I did, is you get that little bit of shininess. I have a little bit of it right here. And I was saying that sometimes the colored pencil doesn't stick to it. So let's go ahead and try, because now, even though I really like how this is looking here, I don't know if I can do that on the shiny bits. So we'll try that out right here. See how it it's resisting. Oh, it's unfortunate. Just gonna kind of go around that and see if I can. So here's another spot right here where it's really shiny. I'm committed at this point, so you guys can go ahead and follow along with this part. Just rewind a little bit if you need to go back. Sometimes I try things and I don't like them, and then I worry that you guys might try it too if I forget to put a disclaimer or edit something in. I mean, I'm not too worried. This was colored pencil, but we'll see if we can get a little bit of a shine there. Make it kind of blend in. I'm not too worried if this doesn't work out. If it doesn't work out, we'll just use acrylic paints. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not really the best either. I think for the amount of effort that we're having to put into it, I think acrylic paint is just the better option. So we are going to do that. Okay, what are we at for time? Not doing too bad. Let's go in with the Imperial Violet. I am in frame, right? Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna take a sip of my drink here. Okay, same as before, we're gonna pick out our shadows. And again, I think this is a bit of background here. One moment, I think I have a Lilo at the door. Hi. What's up? Yeah? You're just hanging out? Mm-hmm. I can't cuddle with you right now. No. I'm busy. You're so cute. You gotta show love. Okay, I'm gonna do this before I forget. I'm just gonna take the cobalt turquoise in and just color in that spot right there, and then it's dealt with. Don't have to worry about it. What, I won't pet call you, so now you wanna leave? Yeah? Okay. Bye. How rude. I think this is gonna look so pretty. I can actually like somewhat envision how this is going to look, and I'm so excited for it. Okay, I think, oh my gosh, Lilo. All right, you're stuck in here now. I'm not opening that door for you again. You've kind of got to figure out where the hair starts and ends. You stay down. Go lay down. I think that looks okay, hopefully. Again, I'm just kind of using the lines that Kerby has drawn in here as kind of like my shadow points. Will, you can wait, you brat. Okay, I think I'm liking that. Let's actually maybe just add, oops. I don't really want to darken it too much, but I do want to add some more pigment. So I'm just going to go over these areas just lightly, but I'm going to layer them up a bit. That'll give us a little bit more pigment to like pull and play around with when we burnish everything. So it'll blend into the lightest color a little bit more, which I think will help that glow look, because we did achieve it up here, but it's not quite as strong as I would like it. Come in with our Blue Violet Lake. So same as last time, we're just bringing this out from the Imperial Violet. Bringing it out a little bit on its own, and then we are fading it out. And we're going to try and leave some nice big highlight areas. Let me just let the princess out. Yeah, you. Trying to do the same thing like I did with the Imperial Violet, and I'm not really trying to darken it up too much, but I am trying to get a good amount of pigment in there. Kerby's books are a little bit on the smoother side, so unfortunately I think that's why we're not getting the best effect with the glowing look that I like to go for. I find it a little bit easier to do on toothier paper. It's not all impossible though. We'll still get that effect. It's just not going to be as easy to get, and it might not be as effective, but it will still look good. Okay, happy with that. Let's go in with our cloud blue and start burnishing everything. As always, we're using little circles. I think maybe that was supposed to be hair, but that's okay. We're gonna blend it in as the arm. For the tusks and his claws, I'm thinking kind of like a cream color, like a yellowed white. And for his like jewelry, his headpiece and stuff, I'm torn between gold or silver. I'm leaning more towards gold though. I mean, bronze actually might look pretty too. I'm not sure. We are going to outline the darker bits of literally everything in white. And that is really, really going to help the glowing effect. So even though it doesn't look super glowy right now, it will. But that's got to be one of the last things we do, unfortunately. So we're not going to get too much of that glowy effect. I might be able to do his trunk for you guys. Well, no, because we still want to add that Posca pen or paint, acrylic paint, whichever. Posca pen is acrylic paint, both, either one or the other. He looks so cool. Okay, we're at 1 hour and 10 minutes. I don't think we're gonna get too much done, and I actually would like to show you guys that glowy look. So I think let's do just a little bit of his hair. We'll do this little bit right here, and I can make some of it glowy. So for his hair, we're gonna come in with the cobalt turquoise. Sharpen mine up a little bit, and we're gonna basically color this in the same way that we're doing up here. We've got a dark, mid-tone, and light color. We're gonna start in with our darker color and pop in these shadows. Okay, I think that's pretty good for the shadow. So let's go in with our next color, which is the light green. We're gonna go in over top of the aquamarine and we're gonna bring us out just a little bit. Cobalt turquoise, sorry, not aquamarine. I had to do a double take. I'm like, no, that doesn't sound right. Going a little bit messier for the hair. I don't want it to look super kempt or nice. I mean, I want it to look nice, but I don't want it to look perfect. All right, and the last color is the gray-green light. And same as on the skin, we are gonna go over everything, blend everything together. Make it look real pretty. I am using small circles, but I'm also trying to go in the direction of the hair a little bit as well. So I definitely want to stick to sections. I don't want to bring one section into another. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Posca pen and I'm just going to go over the outlines. Literally all of these outlines. I'm not going to just do the thicker ones. I want to go over all of the black outlines. This part will take some time for sure. But it will be so worth it. Now the lines don't have to be colored in completely. The thicker ones, you definitely want the majority of those ones colored over top with the Posca pen, but the smaller ones don't matter quite as much. And then we can do fun stuff like kind of bring some straggly hairs out. Make it look a little bit more disheveled and unkempt. Kind of like that. So that's kind of like a little teaser on what it's gonna look like. It's a very small portion, but it's gonna look so good. I think I'm pretty happy with going for the purple and the green. I think they complement the background the best. Just because the purple is very, like, it's there. You can see it in the background. Here, let me zoom out a little bit here. Don't mind the mess as always. So you can definitely see the purple in the background, specifically in the shadows, and right here especially, because we used a lot of purple there. But it's more subtle. It's more of like an accent color. So I think having him predominantly purple was a really good call because it kind of plays with the purples in the background. And then even though there's a lot of green, we're going for like a different kind of green, which even though it's a different kind of green, it's not going to be out of place. It's going to complement the greens that we already have. And I'm thinking, this might change, but I'm thinking our beetle will probably be that color as well to help balance it out a little bit more. I'm still completely undecided on the moon. I'm not sure what I want to do with that. And then I do think that I want to add like a lot of white highlights in the background as well. So let's see, we're already on part 3. We're definitely going to need 5 parts for this. So I'm going to try and get this finished up, recorded over the last couple days, because I would really love to get this out to you guys. I hope this ends up turning out absolutely amazing though, so that way it's worth the wait. And yeah, I think this is a good place to stop. I'm running out of daylight and I have to make supper for the boys. They were a little bit gracious and said that they could wait for supper so I could record a little bit. Super thankful for them. They're so supportive through everything that I'm going through right now. And also super thankful for you guys for watching the channel and, you know, supporting me and, you know, just enjoying my videos is enough. I really, really appreciate that. Anyways, before I get too sappy, this is where we're going to leave it for part 3. I hope you're enjoying so far. I really hope to see you back for part 4. If you liked this video, I would really love if you hit the like button. That way others can find it. I think that's everything. As always, take care and hopefully I'll see you next time. All right, guys. Bye.